So here's a little obstacle I've encountered trying to get the Prophet 5 sounds on the Fantom O, the Roland Fantom O workstation. Earlier I tried to make a pad sound. I used what Roland calls their Prophet 5 saw wave. They've also got a Prophet 5 square wave, and they've got a sequential, so a Prophet 5 filter as well. So I'm using all those trying to get the Prophet 5 sounds. But one thing I found was that I was trying to get that Michael Jackson, that Jupiter 8 and Prophet 5 section. So this part of Thriller that goes. Now, if you take away the Jupiter sound and you're left with the Prophet sound, you've got this. So this is my Prophet 5 Thriller sound that I've settled with. But one thing I found challenging was I was trying to do it literally how it's originally done. I was watching the instructional sort of video by Anthony Marinelli, who was the guy that originally, played and sampled or created that synthesizer sound on the original Michael Jackson Thriller. And he was using a square wave, so a Prophet 5 square wave, which the Roland has, and a Prophet 5 saw wave, which the Roland has. But what I found is when he dialed in the saw wave and he hit the note, kind of what you're hearing there, it kind of sounded a bit like that. Not a square, but it had that sound to it. Whereas my Roland version of the Prophet 5 saw wave was a lot more, the attack was really direct. It was a lot more even, very even and clean and direct, and it's too good. The digital sounds are too good. Where the saw wave on the Prophet 5, when he hit the note, it didn't have much attack. It had some resonance at the beginning, so it had some contour to the sound. It sounded a lot more like sort of like an FM brass sound. It's just the square wave, with nothing affected on it. So I ended up going and looking for an FM brass and used that instead. And I've actually gone one step further. I'm using the Juno. I'm now using the Juno sound. So this sound's actually the Juno expansion pack with the using the sequential Prophet 5 filter on there. So that's the challenge that I've got when you're trying to get these analog sounds on a workstation like the Fantom O, is that you might use the Roland's version of the Prophet 5 saw wave, but it doesn't sound like, you've got to go listen to what the saw wave sounds like in the Prophet 5, because it sounds it can sound different. There's all things that impact the sound. It's almost too good, too clean. The sounds are too clean. You've got to, muck around with them, reduce the attack, and then look for the contour, look for other options. So that's just one challenge I've found. So you got to kind of go back to the source and break it down and listen to the individual parts and sort of figure it out.